demons, you stress pacing the street now. Man, that's all I'm giving y'all. Penthouse Prayers this motherfucking Friday. Manifest, best album 2021. High Standards Def Jam Records. We coming for the whole crown, need the whole shit.
It is. There you talk your shit. Talk your shit. I like that. Talk that shit right there. Talk it, man. You gotta talk it. You gotta talk it, Bobby. Come on, man.
Sir.
Come on.
Yes,
Come on.
Yes,
Let me tell you who you meeting right here, ladies and gentlemen. You got a true hyena up in here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a hyena. Come on, man. This guy right here, Bobby Sessions, welcome to the show, man. What you do is personify what we like here at Sway in the Morning. We like true MCs, people with purpose, folks who got drive, artists with vision, music that gives nourishment. I love it. From the time you came out, I went back and listened to that series, that Revolution series. I went back and listened to all those different things again and said, let me refamiliarize myself with this young man who came a long way to get to where he is today. Welcome him to the show to celebrate his debut album today, Manifest. Give it up for Bobby Sessions.
What up, Bob?
Hey. What up? Thank y'all for having me.
Come on, man. I'm mad you ain't in the studio, man. We had a whole 5 Fingers of Death ready for you the whole 9.
I can't wait. I cannot wait, for real. I cannot wait to do that.
Yeah, man, I can hear it, bro. You've been talking a lot of shit since you picked up the mic. I like it.
I got to. I'm speaking my truth, my manifestations. I'm letting it be known.
Well, I love it because, you know, I see you talk a lot and you keep your language on a high frequency, even listening to this album, you know, walking away from it feeling, I like to feel motivated. I like to feel inspired by people's music. And you've been doing that for a while. Let's talk about manifestation, the power of manifestation and how that's worked for you. Because at one point in your life, you was working at Walmart?
Yeah, I was. I was working at Walmart. I was the guy. When you go in the parking lot and you see somebody pushing 20 carts at a time back into the grocery store, like I was that guy. I was stocking cans, and that's actually when I came across like the law of attraction. And you know, if I think more positive, I'll attract more positive experiences and things of that nature. And I got obsessed with, you know, self-help manifestation. If I can control my thoughts, then I can control my emotions, then I can control my habits, and then ultimately that'll affect my outcomes. And then I realized I should pour that into the music, and that's going to be my thing. So slowly but surely, things have been manifesting from signing the deal to winning a Grammy, working with Marvel, and now putting out this debut album and featuring some of my favorite rappers on it. It's a beautiful thing.
Come on, man.
Love it.
Man, come on, man. Manifestation, was it? What inspired that? I read somewhere that you saw the Secret, the documentary The Secret. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. I guess the journey started maybe a hair before that. I was having some mental health issues a little bit before that with like anxiety and depression, and that was something that I had never experienced before. I was one of those people like, you know, more on the ignorant side of it. I thought that was something that could never happen to me. I was always cool and love and accepted, so I thought something like that happened. I didn't think nothing like that could happen to me. So when I started having anxiety, it was like, it really hit me like a ton of bricks because it was expected. And I got to a point where I got so frustrated with not having control over my thoughts. And so I went to Google and I typed in like, how does the mind work? And then that was like the start of the journey, which ultimately led me to The Secret. And then I went head first into like the self-help section of like the library with The Alchemist or Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinketh, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And I got just super in that world. And over time, I was able to meditate, slow my mind down, be more intentional with my thoughts. And it was like a reprogramming of the mind, body, and spirit from there. And I know that other people are going through the same thing. So it was up to me to figure out how to crack that code on how I could get that messaging out, but still in an entertaining way.
Man, give that man a round of applause,
Love
man,
it.
for that response right there. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. All of these books you're naming as a young man, I read early on in my life. What are you in your early 20s? What are you in your 20s?
Yeah, I'm still in my 20s.
Okay, you in your 20s, and that's, you know, after reading those books and applying some of those things, I start seeing results. You know, you had a choice though with your music, what to talk about, and you have been open about anxiety and dealing with mental health, and you've been very active, very open about your activism. You know, in recent times, the climate of our society definitely influenced a lot of the music you've been making in recent years. When you're writing music like that, do you carry? We were just talking earlier today with a guy by the name of Mike Muse who does our political news, and we were talking about activism can be very exhausting. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It could be frustrating, and it could be almost defeating sometimes because you could go out and launch a campaign and you're screaming at folks, you want them to hear this truth and create this balance, and it doesn't seem like it gets the response that it should warrant. Musically, that happens a lot too. We see a lot of times that people who are more conscious and talk about what we consider more conscious things, it doesn't always appeal or attract. What has that journey been like for you? Have you noticed that in music, or are people gravitating towards that messaging in your music?
Man, great question. I would say that it definitely it depends on what your expectations are with the music. I guess that will ultimately determine the level of however much you feel encouraged or discouraged when you're releasing that kind of material. With that Revolution series, like we kind of felt that people wasn't going to immediately gravitate towards it just because, I get it. Life is already hard. Life can be fucked up already. People a lot of times don't want to go to music, something that they use for entertainment, and then hear all of the same things that they're dealing with their daily lives. You have to be almost in a certain space to receive that music or want to be in that state, because the music can make you sad, it can make you angry, it can make you inspired for change, but it draws out a lot of different emotions in people. For us, there were times where I guess it could have been discouraging, but I felt like it was something that I should do because if that was on my heart to do, and people will gravitate towards it when they do. Like, I didn't expect it to be an immediate thing, but it was something that I know that needed to be said, and the people that did dive into it, I feel like they got some value out of it, and ultimately that's all that mattered at the end of the day.
My man Bobby Sessions, ladies and gentlemen, he got a new project, Manifest. We're going to play some songs. Bizzle, you want to jump in and say what up to this hyena?
Yeah, what's up, Bobby? It's Heather. Nice to talk to you, and thank you for calling into the show. I just hear work. What do you do for, like, your downtime? Like, what's a fun day off for you?
One, I want to say it's a great manifestation to finally talk to you, so I appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
So on my downtime, I'm so obsessed with rap. Like I really would watch Smack URL on my downtime.
Got it.
I love it.
Niggas battle each other and kill each other in bars. I do that. I do a lot of I'll play 2K. Like I have to stay in some type of competitive space to keep a certain edge, because it just brings me joy, I guess. And then I guess on the super downtime, I just take walks and meditate and think about what I want to make happen.
No, I think that's good that you do that, because it's important that you stay sharp, especially because, at this level of your life, you are a 24-hour artist, like you're a recorded artist. So you got to stay sharp. You got to know who out there. You got to know who the competition, like you got to know all of these different things. And it's funny how you bring up, video games, because, people do that as well. It's just you stay in that competitive space. So I think it's dope, and I think you should continue to do that. Like, don't ever get so comfortable, bruh, that you just, I ain't got to worry about who out there. I ain't got to worry, because we done seen a lot of people at the Sway in the Morning show, the dudes, the quiet ones, sit in the corner and Sway invite them to the mic. And they've been ready. They've been waiting all their life, and they know who this person is. They know who that person is. So I tell her, stay sharp, bruh. Stay sharp. Know who's out there. Know who them hungry kids are. Know who, in your circle. It's important. And it keeps you humble, too. It keeps you on your square.
Well, Heather, this dude goes around and say that he's the best in the game right now. So he got to stay sharp, because he got a target on his back, man. He already. Hey, do kids ever walk up to you and want to battle?
Not one of. Well, I've had that happen actually a couple times, or there'll be people that like sent me like a random DM, like, "Yo, let's meet up." Like $500 on. I'm like, "Oh, what?"
Wow.
Funny stuff like that. But I think you got to be a pretty brave soul to really want to rap against me for real, because I can do. We can do the bar for bar. We can. When it comes to the catchy stuff, like all of it, like you're not going to out rap me. Like,
he sound like Sci-Hi. He talking on some Sci-Hi level. Remember Sci-Hi?
I said the same thing. You can't. It sound like Nick Grant. There's a lot of them spitters out there that's just sitting waiting, man. So you see yourself, if some of the Lil Baby, J. Cole, Sci-Hi, the Prince, Nick, all these guys are considered some of the dopest. Benny the Butcher,
absolutely.
Dopest lyricists out. You see yourself on that same level.
Absolutely. Like anytime when I'm walking in a booth, when I'm on stage, when I'm brushing my teeth, tying my shoes, I'm under the mentality that I'm the best rapper in the world. I really, I actively stay in that state because of that manifestation and that repetition of telling myself and being in that space. It's just like it's second nature. I don't even think about it now. It's just like that's the state that I'm moving around in, and that was a statement that I wanted to make on this album. And if after people hear it, that still for whatever reason isn't clear, then you're gonna get hit with another one until I make it clear.
I like that talk.
I love this dude right here, man. Trace, you want to holler at Bobby, man?
Absolutely, Bobby. I'm enjoying this conversation. I got 2 questions for you. I love your thoughts on. One, as I'm hearing you speak about, and I 100% believe in this as well, of how music can be a tool for sharing the truth, and that can influence people to just continue to evolve, you know what I'm saying, especially when they're listening to something on repeat. And I realize that all the time when there are positive effects, an artist will have no problem embracing that and having the conversation about music's influence. But when there are negative effects, all of a sudden it becomes, I'm not your role model. What about the parents? Movies have more of an impact than music. And I'm just wondering, like, to you, do you feel like music can be just as responsible for destruction as it is for upliftment?
Wow, that is the first time I've been asked that. That is an incredible question.
That was a dope question. Round of applause for Trace. That shit was hot. Man. I was like, man, you got to.
Tracy G, it's Friday.
Okay. Welcome to Sway in the Morning, Bobby.
Yeah, for real. I have to switch my hat, put my thinking hat on for this one. Well, to be honest, I feel like artists in general, our nature is very hypocritical. We just don't want to admit it. We want the attention and love that comes with people feeling good about our music, but we don't want the accountability and responsibility if something happens on the opposite end of the spectrum. Music can most definitely influence you in either direction with the same power and same magnitude, whether for you to do constructive behavior or destructive behavior. Ultimately, it is still the listener's responsibility on how they digest that art and how they have to control the reaction of how, and that's hard to answer, but they have to be, the listener has to take some kind of responsibility on what, I can't control how the music makes you feel, but you do have to be controlled on what the music makes you go out and do. Because I feel like we don't hold, if you go watch a film that deals with war or crime or things like that, or everybody's addicted to Snowfall, you could say, wow, this exposed me to a certain world and this looks so fun and entertaining, but you can't really blame FX if you start selling cocaine after. Like, it's like I get that at the end of the day it's art. I do think it's kind of weird when artists say, I'm not your role model. I get what they're saying. I don't want to be held responsible for if somebody does this or that. But at the end of the day, we do know that this affects people in a certain way, and we have to just admit that. But come out front and get ahead of it to tell people like, hey, this is art, even if there's truth in it, even if I'm telling stories in it. Ultimately, it's your responsibility for the actions that you take after digesting this content, but we also have to admit that we know that if you listen to a song where people talking about shooting people and things like that, it might make you pull the trigger a little faster. I mean, we have to admit that it can do that. Just like if you hear a song like Pharrell, Happy, you may be more likely to smile that day than if you didn't hear it. Like, it definitely affects people in either direction. But we got to take responsibility on how the actions we take after digesting that content.
Word. Thank you for tackling that.
Great.
That makes a lot of sense.
Great question, great answer. Bobby Sessions.
No problem.
That's his real name, except for the S. Bobby Sessions, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, man, I want to do a lyrical breakdown, but before I do it, just real quick, we didn't cover this. A lot of us know it here at Shade 4-5, so we know a lot about your background and your story. You're from Texas. You're from Dallas?
Dallas, yes, sir.
Dallas, Texas. Isn't it Erykah Badu? You know, the DOC, is he from Dallas?
Yeah.
Heather?
Yeah, he's from West Dallas. Erykah's from South Dallas.
Okay, a lot of amazing inspirations in that area. Texas in itself, you're an MC, some of the dopest MCs in the history of rap, in my opinion, from the Bun B's to the Scarfaces, have come from Texas. Who are those, you know, like a lot of times we talk about Jersey MCs. I could talk about Oakland MCs. Who are those stand out? Who are your top Texas MCs of all time in your head?
Top Texas MCs?
Yeah.
Definitely UGK. Like they would have like a split face on the Mount Rushmore. I would say definitely Scarface.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know he got got off right there, y'all.
That's tough.
UGK, Scarface.
Got UGK, Scarface. So it's just 3 rappers and one more face.
Zero.
You can go Zero or Chameleonaire.
Okay, Camille. Okay. All right.
Or DOC.
Okay, that was a struggle, but I like it, Bobby. I like what you did with it.
Yeah.
All right. Being thoughtful.
That's tough.
Shit.
He likes to be committed to his words. I can tell.
Yeah, right. I do. Yeah, because if it comes out and it's like, oh,
right.
I want to make sure, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's these times, man. You might slip up and say something you didn't mean to, and then it becomes a headline. By the way, Paul Rosenberg here at Shade 4-5 signed you to Def Jam, correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so he remember. Yep, first signing. What did he say to you when you met him? Like to meet a record exec, this dude's with Eminem, one of the greatest of all time. What did he say to you, and how did it make you feel?
Man, that was a wild experience. Mainly because it's like growing up, hearing him like on the Eminem skits. So to be like sitting in front of him was like wild. So my manager J-Dot and Paul have known each other for quite some time. He had played Paul the early versions of what was on Revolution Chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul liked what he heard, and he was like, okay, I want to meet. So we met 3 days before Christmas in 2017, and I had played him a more finished version of Revolution Chapter 1, and he was just like, man, this is great. You have like this balance of saying these uncomfortable truths, but doing it in like almost like a catchy way. It was like a song I put out from a song. Really, it was a song he heard too that I put out in like 2015 called Black America.
Mm-hmm.
And he heard it and he was just like, man, like this is special. Like I think you could be somebody that could, help people go to like the polls, and like he just saw like with going to Def Jam. Obviously, he's like anybody knows Paul knows he's a big like Public Enemy fan, and he was like really into that stuff. And when he heard the Revolution thing, he was like, man, I haven't heard no music like this, but this is the type of shit that I was in love with. Like, and you got like a new version of it. And I think this is great. And I think this would be a great fit for what we're doing. And I was extremely grateful that, he gave me that opportunity.
Yeah. And here we are today. Man, this is Bobby Sessions. Check out that Chapter 1, The Divided States of America with 3 Ks. Great project. I'm gonna do a little lyrical breakdown. We've been playing one of your songs, but I want to get to the bottom of some of the lyrics. We've been playing it almost every day. Let's do this lyrical breakdown with Bobby Sessions.
I don't get it. What exactly don't you get?
Breaking down the lyrics you may not understand.
What the hell did you just say?
It's the Lyrical Breakdown
I can break it down like whatever you want.
on Sway in the Morning.
Also, we're going to open up the phone lines. If you want to, citizens, you know how we do. If you want to get to know this young man better, call him up, 888-742-3345. We're going to play a song I know you're familiar with in a minute, but it's called Cog in the Machine. Cog in the Machine, man. What a song, bro. Man, when I first started hearing, when I heard the song before I knew it was you, every day we would play it. I go, man, play that song, play that song. Every day I would ask DJ Wonder, who's this? Oh, shit. And then every day it was the same answer because I really liked the song. The lyrics go, it's over, leave it, it's over, leave it. If I mess up your lyrics, tell me, okay? I love to be corrected. That's my thing. All right. It says, yeah, cog in the machine, widget inside the system. Insecurity shackled in prison with my ambition. Forced to make a decision. Want more? What does that mean? That was so eloquently written, but what does it mean? What were you thinking when you wrote that? Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So that part is really inspired by me leaving my 9-to-5 job to do music full time because I felt like a cog in a machine, like a cog inside of this like working this like mechanism. Like I didn't feel like I wasn't doing what I was called to do. I'm fitting into this other machine that isn't for me and not giving me some type of fulfillment. And it's like my insecurities are shackled in prison with my ambitions. Like basically my self-doubt, as I'm working this job, the self-doubt that I have, like, man, should I quit this? Because, this is stable. So what if I leave and nothing is out there in that world for me? I done gave up the thing that I'm calling stable. So it's like my ambition and my insecurities, they're married together and they stuck in prison like this state where I'm not moving. I'm not making no move on what I'm called to do. I'm like, I'm being stagnant and I'm not moving. So all of my ambitions, all of these great ideas that I have, I can't break them out of this prison because they're married and shackled with all of my insecurities and my self-doubt. So,
jeez, man,
yeah,
who is this
do
kid,
you want
man?
more? Do you want more? Or you want to settle for pennies on the dollar? Like,
Damn,
There
man.
it is.
Bobby is gonna have to buy him a barn in the middle of somewhere. I don't know, man. I'm about to join this congregation, man. I love the way this man.
It's so true. It's so true, Bobby. It's so true. Sway, Tracy G, citizens. If y'all know, even DJ Wonder, one of our producers here, could attest. Like literally every time your song came on, I would say, "What, Sway?" For the first 2 weeks, we were like, Who is this? Who is this? And Wonder would be like, for the 15th time, Bobby said, it was like, you just sound so fresh and so new every single time. And then lyrically, I'm like, damn, who is this? Like, this kid is spitting. So, yo, keep it up, man. Thoughts in every line.
Thank you.
Let's go over some more lines. I'm going to skip through a couple of them. All right. All right. I get vulnerable in the net for my safety. Buried all my worry, no space for you in the mind. Just decide we no longer will trade our money for time. Shit, man, I didn't come to this kind of mind state till, I was parent with child, man. How did you get this so early? Can you break that down? We no longer will trade our money for time.
Yeah, so like basically, when I was at this job, when I felt like a cog, and I had was telling people that I was leaving to do music full time. It was like, oh man, you crazy? Why would you leave? Why would you leave this job? Why would you leave this safety? Because it was a hard job to get fired from. So it was just like, why would you ever leave this? And I was like, man, I feel the most vulnerable here in this net for my safety that y'all are describing. Y'all are describing it that this is some safety net, and I feel vulnerable here because if I'm laying in a safety net, that also means that I'm not moving. Mm-hmm. Like laying in a net for the rest of your life is only comfortable for people that don't intend on flying.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to fly, so it's like I buried all my worries, no space for you in the mind. Like I got rid of all of those doubts. I buried them. Because I can't carry that luggage as I'm taking flight. I buried all my worry, no space for you in the mind, just decide we no longer would trade our money for time. And I'm like, if I got all of this creative energy and I got all these gifts I'm supposed to share with the world, I believe that they're valued at more than $14 an hour, which is what I was making. Like my time, I think my time is more valuable for that. And I'd rather just spend my time doing what I love to do and trust and believe that the money will attract to the value that I'm providing for the world.
Love it.
Love it. I'm gonna finish with this. This is Bobby Sessions, by the way. You know, he's one of us. I'm claiming him. Open. So if anybody,
real, bro.
Yeah, but hey, man, if anybody say, yeah, Sway said y'all good friends, y'all family, and he's one of you, you just roll with it, Bobby. Roll with it.
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Open to this is what caught me the first time I heard your song. Open to receive my gift, ain't under the tree. Been in tune with Mother Nature. I swim with fish in the sea. Here to break the mold, we move at a different speed. If you want to sell your soul, just know that there ain't receipts. Manifest your destiny. Got to give it a try. Find your inner peace, because no one ever really dies.
Mm-hmm. Man.
You have to go, man, damn, I got bars, right? He's like, man, I wrote that? You wrote that, bro. You know what? I'm going to play the song, man, and then we're going to come back on the other end. We got a lot of folks who want to talk with you. This is Bobby Sessions, 888-742-3345. We'll keep talking. Y'all know this one. Come on. Sway in the morning. Shade 45. Bobby Sessions. Texas, stand up. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Clap that up for hip-hop.
Yeah.
Clap that up.
Beautiful.
Bobby Sessions, man. New album, Manifest. It's in stores today. I say
Go
stores. Online, DSPs. Go get it. Bobby Sessions. This is great for Def Jam. On the heels of Snoop Dogg being a big part of Def Jam legacy.
Yes.
Yes. You talked to Snoop yet? Ain't he the president?
I haven't spoken to him directly yet, but I'm really speaking with him soon.
Are you going to try to get him to jump on the track? I mean, I know he's in an executive role, but why not?
Oh, yeah, I got to. That's a dream. That's a dream to have Snoop on the record. I got to get him on something. I actually got something for him, actually.
You feel comfortable?
Oh, wow.
Oh, you got something for Snoop, you hear that?
I got something for him. I actually got something for him.
I would feel confident having him in that seat because of who he is, what he's done, what he's gone through, his understanding and experience and knowledge of this industry, as well as people in the community and the culture. So I'm sure a lot of folks over there are elated to have him over there. But what about yourself?
Absolutely. I mean, he's one of the greatest of all time. I think he has this very unbelievable skill of just making people connect and vibe with him. I mean, he's just like, he's one of the most he's probably the most recognizable rapper on earth. Like he's cool. He's cool at everything. Like there's nothing he could slip on a banana peel and he's gonna do it the coolest. Like he's like,
that's true, man.
So so I'll be excited to actually link up with him in person and just be able to catch that vibe with one of the greatest.
Hey, do you smoke, Bobby?
I do. I haven't in the past few months because I wanted to not smoke until my album came out, but I do smoke though.
Okay, you might have to have that. That'll be the first time you get a chance to smoke with the president of the company. You might have to get that experience and write about it. Look, we got Matt on the line from Dallas. Matt, Grand Risers, how you doing?
What up, Matt?
Good morning, Sway. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? We got Bobby Sessions in here.
Yup.
Bobby, what's good? This is Manny from Legacy.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not much, brother. I heard you on the radio. I'm actually on the way to the studio right now. Just wanted to call in and say the city's proud of you, brother, and congratulations on everything.
Man, thank you, man. I really appreciate that, bro.
What's legacy? What does that mean? A city? I don't know.
What's that, legacy?
It's a recording studio and production company in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we've worked with Bobby in the past and seen him come from Oak Cliff to Def Jam, and it's been fun to watch, and we're looking forward to seeing
that's dope.
what's in store for him in the future.
That's what's up, man.
Much love, bro.
Can he get some studio time on credit now?
He's got all the credit studio time he needs. So let us know what we can do for you, Bobby.
There you go.
Much love, bro.
Matt, you a citizen, man. I appreciate
Sway
you.
in the morning.
Y'all check.
Hey, one last thing, Heather B. Next time you're in Dallas, we're gonna get together and cook up. All right, I'm a little chef in the kitchen too.
Hey, baby, listen, DM me. I'm at the happy hour, WHB. Come on, chef. I told you, I'm going to start popping up at people's crib like Publishing Clearinghouse with my kit, my knife set, and we just going to start cooking. Like today's your lucky day.
Move over. Move
good.
aside. Hey, Matt, thank you. You're a citizen, brother.
Sway in the morning, brother.
Hey, Bobby, you went to North Texas University?
I did. I went to UNT. Yes, sir.
Yes. What was that like being on campus? You know, yearning for this career, and then also Dallas, man. I was once told, you know, I worked in radio for longer than you've been alive, Bobby. And one of the OGs in radio that I used to talk to would tell me when we talk about how to break records around the country. This was before the digital space pretty much became prominent. And there were certain markets that you had to break in order for the rest of the country always responded to. And Dallas, Texas was one of those markets, one of those key markets that nobody would ever think that it is statistically, there's a legacy, a record of how many songs had to break in Dallas or songs that broke in Dallas broke on a national level. What was the music scene like in Dallas? Like, what did you see growing up in Dallas? Was it a lot of rappers? Was it a lot of outlets, a lot of studios? Like, describe the scene.
Yeah, so growing up, before I got to college, it was like all you really heard was, more like the club records, like, or particularly dance club records, like where it's like almost like dance instruction kind of song. We were super known for that, and a couple other states started to kind of jack the swag. Like, I ain't gonna get into that, but around when I got to UNT, like I started to notice that same thing too, being me going to the other side from just being just a fan of music to now creating music. I started realizing like our market in Dallas was like, they're like for a long time was just trained to go crazy for out-of-town acts. Out-of-town acts would come up to Dallas, and they get the bag. They go do the show, then they do the walkthrough, and they just clean up in Dallas. And the communities in Dallas would just flock to it, but they didn't really flock to people from Dallas unless you had a hot record in the club already. Like, especially like on the lyricist side, like it was nothing. Like, so we had like these three streets. It's an area in Dallas where there's a lot of concert venues called Deep Ellum, and that's where I started at, doing open mics there, then performing all across these areas. And typically from like the early 2010s, it was almost like segregated. Like you had like the people that was more on like either the street side or the club route, performing in strip clubs and things like that, kind of like the hustle out the back of the trunk kind of vibe. And then you had this other world where the backpackers or the more artsy fartsy kind of people that they had their own space. But those guys in the artsy space, that Deep Ellum space, they would get all the local media coverage, but they didn't really have no fan base and they wasn't really building any money. And then the guys that was in the more street side or in the club side, they was making money and they was building more of a fan base in different like hoods in Dallas, but they wasn't getting no local media coverage. So it was like this weird thing. And that's what made my journey in particular so interesting, because I was really the first rapper from that Deep Ellum world to like start consistently going to like the radio stations in Dallas and performing on those big lineups, like when they would do like big concerts with, Cardi B and Migos and Jeezy. When they would come to Dallas and perform, I would be the only like lyricist in that world. And it's just taken some time. And I think now, since maybe about 2018 or so, more acts from Dallas, they've gotten signed or have had some big records. So I think that culture is starting to change, where the market will begin to really embrace and thrust the homegrown talent into the spotlight. Whereas before, historically, our market was the biggest fans ever for everybody out of town. and you typically didn't get embraced in Dallas unless you got hot outside of Dallas, and then they come back and claim you.
Damn, thanks for breaking that down.
The hell of that, right?
Yo, this guy.
Oh, these
Yo.
niggas had
But it's
some notes.
changing. It is changing. It is changing.
Oh, man, I love it, man. Real quick, let me take another caller. Kiki, Grand Risings, Kiki.
Kiki.
Grand Rising.
Hey,
Grand
hey.
Rising.
Yes. Bobby
Yes,
Sessions here.
I had to take all of the speakerphone. Hi, Bobby. Listen, this is Kiki. Kiki J, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. And what he's describing is really real. And he just really had a focused mind and a law of attraction type of mindset. And I'm just want to say we're really proud of you, bro.
Thank you. I love you. Love you, Kiki J. I really appreciate you. One of the GOATs.
Kiki J, wait a minute. Kiki J, what's your background?
I do radio here in Dallas.
Yeah, okay. Give it up for Kiki J. She one of us, y'all.
Hey,
Come on, man.
Hey.
Hey, what's that? So, yes. You've been doing radio for, how long you been in radio now?
I've been in radio for 20 years now.
When I say she one of us, have to be she's one of us. So you can't talk
What's
to
up,
us
Kiki?
unless you 10, 15
Hey,
years
hello.
or more. There it is, man. That's great. Where are you at the beat? Where are you now?
I'm at the beat now. The beat now. Formerly, I was with K104.
That's right. Okay, cool. Wow, it's an honor to have you on our show, Kiki J.
Well, it's an honor to be here. And listen, I mean, Bobby has always been what he is right now. There's nothing changed about him, and that's what I love. He's been consistent, and consistency really means a lot in this business.
Absolutely. You know it.
Thank
All right.
you. Thank you.
Kiki J, thank you, man. We appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Wow, we got Kiki J on the. Hey, Bobby, you see, we got reach, baby. All right. Kiki J, you a citizen, too.
Sway in the morning, sis.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
y'all.
I love you, too.
Take
Wow.
care. Thank you.
Wow. I know that name. She been doing it for a minute. That's great.
Yes, you one of them ones.
Yes, she is. One last question, Tracy. You want to ask Bobby?
Yeah, this goes to Bobby when you're helping Meg Thee Stallion with Savage, and I'm just curious, like, how easy it is for you to shapeshift when you have to write from the perspective of a woman, or does it just flow?
After I've cracked the code on it, it really just flow. I mean, working with somebody like Megan, she makes it super easy because, you know, she's a great person to be around. Like, she has a very magnetic personality. And she works extremely hard and quick, and she works very fast as well. Like, she's a very fast worker. She comes up with material pretty fast. And I think in general with some of the songwriting stuff that I've done with different people, typically, how I cracked the code on it was like I would basically just think of wild things and then swap the pronoun.
Ah,
Yeah.
got it.
He cracking up too.
Yeah, but you know, with Meg's a little different from like other people that I work with because she's a real MC. So it's just like, with her situation is just a bit different. You really don't have to do a lot with her. Like, she's a real rapper. Like, so it's like, you know, she just has. I think what people get fucked up about her is, you know, because her personality is so magnetic and that she got hit records and things of this nature, people are not really. I don't think it's sinking in that when you're really looking at how she raps compared to not just the other women rappers, but rappers in general, she's out rapping most of all of the rappers.
Right.
Like, it's just, you gotta just really like listen. There's things like you have bars, but then you have hooks. You have having lines that are just impactful, and she has like the full package. And it's an honor to be able to, you know, collaborate with her. Like, 'cause she's fucking great.
Absolutely.
You got a Grammy?
Yup.
I do.
Where you keep it?
I do. As of this second, because I didn't get like no shelves or nothing in my spot. It's literally on a shelf above my washing machine.
Yo, wow, that's funny.
And sending stuff above the washing machine, which is crazy. But that's where it's temporarily going to be until I get like a real place to put it, because it is super special. The first one will always be special.
Yeah. At least you know you'll keep it clean.
You know,
Am I here by myself? I'm by myself? Okay, cool. Hey, listen, Bobby Sessions, this was an awesome conversation with you, bro.
Yes.
You know, and
thank y'all.
I'm glad we got a chance to have it. Wait till you meet us in person. You're going to have a really good time.
I can't wait. I can't
wait.
Right. No, this is a great manifestation for me to be able to speak with y'all. And like you said, I can't wait for us to link up in person.
Absolutely, brother. Congratulations. Continued success.
Yes, young man. Keep killing it.
Loving what you're doing. Loving your career. We are on your team. When you start your congregation, send me an email. I'm joining.
Pray in the morning.
Okay, there
Pray
it is.
in the morning.
Pray in the morning. That's it. There you go, man. Yo, citizens, check them out. The album is great from start to finish. Make sure you listen to it in order. It's called Manifest. It's out today. It was created in a 2-week time, 10-day time, they say. But what you're going to get can last you a lifetime. I appreciate you, Bobby Sessions. We're going to end the interview with the song Penthouse Prayers with Rick Ross. Were y'all in the studio together?
We wasn't in the studio together. I did it, and we sent it to him because he just sounded perfect for it, and he sent his verse back less than 48 hours later.
Wow.
Oh, whoa. Have y'all ever communicated? Did you get a chance to say, hey, thanks, bro? Nothing?
Oh, yeah. No, we did. We shot the video. It's actually dropping in 13 minutes.
Wow. Hilarious, yo.
Okay, so it's funny.
So we linked up.
So we playing the song Penthouse Prayers featuring Rick Ross, and in 13 minutes at noon Eastern.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, you could watch the video. What did he say about you lyrically? What did he say about you as an MC?
He said he loved it. He said it was from the title to just the vibe of the song. Like, he was just really like moved by it, and he gave me a great that Teflon Don Ross, that luxury Ross, where when you hear his verse, you feel like you're in the back of a Phantom. Like, you just had that vibe, and he really showed a lot of love. And we shot the music video in Florida. And he was just like, I appreciate you, homie. Keep doing your thing. Like, I'm really rocking with the record. And that was a great moment for me, because I had the first album, rap album I bought with my own money was the Rick Ross Triller album.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that?
So, yeah, it's a full circle. No, I didn't tell him that. I told him that any major manifestation that happens in my life, the first thing I play is Tears of Joy with you and CeeLo Green off your Teflon Don album. I did tell him that.
Wow. Hey, when he said he really feeling the album, can you do the voice he did it in? Was it the voice we always see? Or was it how did he say it?
He talks exactly like how he raps. It's just, I'm feeling that, homie. Keep doing it. My voice don't get that. My
you don't get that. Yeah, you're still young. You're still young. Yeah. Let me do it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that, homie.
So once I get some more facial hair, I think maybe my voice will get a little deeper. I can't grow a beard yet. So.
Okay, so it's all good, man. Hey, keep that baby face as long as you can. I just recently started growing my beard. Trust me. Hello. Yo, Bobby Sessions, man. Hey, pleasure to talk with you, man. Stay great. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Citizens, support them. This one is called Penthouse Prayers featuring Rick Ross. Be safe, young man. You're a citizen, bro.
Hey, thank y'all. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.
You too,
Buzz.